It's the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast with Alex Trateris, John Malika, and Ricey on the beat. Let's go.
It was good, everyone. Alex Trateris here with another Jets episode of the Knicks, etc. podcast. And with me, as always, my buddy, my cousin, pal, the man, the plan, the one and only John Malika. And with us, as always, is video producer Greg. We are alive. We hope you're alive as well after this ass whooping. It was not great. Some of us had the privilege of being home in our comfy chairs or couches, whatever you want to call it. Some of us decided to trek out there and decide to weather the storm as a true gangrene fan. Salute to you, John, for going out there. It was I'm sorry they had to experience this. I'm sorry that you had to experience this. But along the way, you made some friends. You saw some familiar faces. You saw my best friend from my childhood, Steve. Shout out to Steve DeGroat and his wife, Nora Kelly. They were there. They're Nora's father's a season ticket holder, so they're usually out there. And then shout out to I Hate Sean, because you guys were sitting next to each other at the game. And who's the friend that you made today, John, from New Rochelle?
Yeah, we got Jeff from New Rochelle sitting in that section, season ticket holder. He recognized me. We hung out for a little bit. Pretty cool section, actually. And then we saw the Gotham City crew. Shout out to them. Caught them at the end of the game. So just now, that's how we're feeling now, but that was just somber. Like, I wish I saw them in the parking lot earlier when everyone's such in a good mood and they're throwing their tailgate. I didn't make it to them. After, I caught them. It was raining. It was the end of the fourth. Flacco's throwing interceptions. We're just standing there. It's like the worst conversation, man. But, yeah, dude, it was nice to be back at MetLife. All right, because I missed the home opener. It was nice to be back. Man. There was a lot of orange, a sea of orange in the parking lot early. We knew they were desperate. It was quiet, though. Like, the Bengals fans were quiet, and honestly, the Jets fans were kind of quiet, too. It's been there was rumblings that week one was like that, too, but today was kind of, like, mellow. I don't know if it was because Flacco was there in my head. I was like, it's Flacco. It's the 0-2 Bengals. We're a touchdown dog at home. I kind of get it. But the team played exactly as flat as I felt the energy was going into the stadium. And I thought we were going to be hyped up, man. Not only because we could, punch out a team and honestly take them out of contention for the year. It's also Nick Mangold Day. Mm-hmm. We also, like we said, we beat this team. We also came off we were literally granted a win by the grace of God. I don't last week. I thought maybe this week, it's like a near-death experience that you've been through, and then you kind of shape up after that. But no, we've been up so far. It's been 3 weeks of NFL football. I know I'm supposed to be really happy because the Jets won a game, but the Jets have been up for a total of 22 seconds so far. That's how long the Jets have been leading in NFL football. 3 weeks are over. I'm really excited about this recap today because I have literally watched no other NFL football today besides what they put on Red Zone at the stadium during TV breaks for us. I couldn't even watch Red Zone on my phone or listen on the way back. I'm disgusted by football. I was being sadistic and listening to the radio, listening to the calls coming in. I'm from Staten Island. Of course, starts it off. Everyone's just yelling. I'm just curious if everyone has the same takes that I do. From the Jets fan perspective. So I'm excited to see what you guys saw on TV and, of course, what the announcers were saying. Because from my perspective, man, I know we like to talk about, what's good about the team, what's bad about the team. I legitimately do not know what we do that's good. Besides give the ball to Breece Hall sometimes and Michael Carter, I legitimately, on both sides of the ball, do not know what we do good. Shout out to Greg the Leg. Yeah, he did well. Other than that, dude, first of all, Quincy Williams going down, I never thought I'd be so upset by Quincy Williams going down, that cart coming out. Yep. Who on earth is number 36? Who is he? Who is Marcel House? I've never even heard of him. When did we pick him up? Where is he? It's crazy. This is, Greg, this is the linebacker core that is so much better than the fans think that they're all Marcel Harris. Like, that's the answer today. I didn't really see Quan Alexander. I know he had the one big play, but where was he? CJ Mosley, he stinks, dude. I don't know what to say, Greg.
Trying to tell you.
Stinks, dude. He can't cover. He's not tackling. We have him for an extra year. We just gave him an extra year. Okay. So that makes no sense. We're on our third left tackle by week 3. We're on our rookie right tackle. Our safeties are Jordan Whitehead, free agent signing. He doesn't tackle. He's either hurt or doesn't tackle. LaMarcus Joyner, double free agent signing, doesn't do anything. So like and then we're not playing Quentin Williams. And then he's fighting with the coach right there. And then all of a sudden his pressures go up and his snap goes up. We have to scream at the coach. So we get, dude, I am disgusted by this team. I know it's just one loss. I know it's Flacco, but legitimately, guys, I need you guys to tell me, besides DJ Reed, Gardner, how to play, like the cornerbacks are good. The kickers are okay. And the running backs are good. And the interior line, I'm going to give it to them. They did fine. Just like I was trying to watch the offensive line because the left tackle was so bad, dude. Oh, my God. There were some plays where Hendrickson wasn't even touched sometimes. It was really bad. So I'm disgusted by this team. Greg, I was thinking about you a lot during this game, and I was like, wow, we really do feel like that number 30 team right now. Like we are right now playing like that 30 team. We should be 0-3 with our third left tackle. And we're about to see Zach Wilson's first game back next week, sitting at 0-3, and we don't have a safety or a linebacker. Like, that's the worst team in the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I've been thinking about today. So I'm usually the optimist here, but after sitting through that, just got home. I had a full work day at MetLife today. and I hate them. So, yeah, shout out to everyone I saw at the stadium today. Hopefully we have a better year coming up. But right now, guys, this team absolutely is garbage. I had my uncle texting me like, yo, how many more Sundays can I actually do this in my life? Like, he's like actual question. Like that's 3 hours every Sunday. At some point, I have to stop this, and this is what I'm going to succumb to. So, yeah. I don't know. How do you guys feel about this game, man? I didn't watch any other football. No red zone. Just Jets football. They just fully consumed. And God, is it trash?
Well, unlike you, I did actually catch a little bit of red zone before we hopped on, and I got to see Justin Herbert with injured ribs launching it 60 yards down the field. I'm like, why can't we have that?
Is he killing it?
He's doing well. I mean, he's doing well today.
Dude, Flacco can't hit a hitch route. Forget going 60 yards. He can't hit 8 yards on an out route.
Bro, it was everything that could go wrong today went wrong today. I mean, I was just getting tired of watching. I love Breece Hall, but Flacco was just peppering Breece Hall for like one drive. And it just comes down to like dumb plays too, man. It's frustrating watching this because for a second, I thought we could do something similar to what we did against the Browns. But then when you have Corey Davis, like, just get that penalty.
I forgot.
And you're like,
I forgot. Dude,
and you're like,
I was
what?
Screaming about Corey Davis all game. I forgot.
I was like, why? Why are you what? We are down. Why are you acting tough while we're down? It makes no. This is shout out to Alan Hunt for tweeting. He's like, this is same old Jets material. When you're down, you're not composed. You're not in it until the end, and you're throwing haymakers, and you're doing stuff that you don't need to do.
Eli Apple, what are we talking about, bro? You're fighting with Eli Apple. You're down 2 possessions, and you're fighting with Eli Apple. Oh my God! Who dropped the third down today? Who dropped that third down? Was it Breece Hall? Is that what he said? That was that Corey Davis. I can't remember anymore. There was somebody today that dropped the third down. I was calling it off every day. I don't think it was Corey. I think it was Breece Hall.
I think it was Breece Hall that you're talking about. Yeah, there was over the middle where Breece Hall didn't catch it, and there was also one over the middle where Breece Hall tipped it. That was the Joe Flacco interception to end the game too. So,
forgot about that Corey Dave. Dude, we were in the game, bro. If we
We
actually
were
score
so
a
close,
touchdown
dude.
there, we're actually in this game.
We're actually in the game. We're down 15 points.
Even though
you
this is
had
the first
7,
touchdown of the game.
or
It
even if
would
you do
have
a
been.
2-point conversion, you're still in this game. It just comes back down to just being disciplined, man. I mean, we also had injuries. We lost Garrett Wilson for the first half too. That was a big thing.
I thought
that's been
yeah.
Speaking of ribs,
That's
I thought
been
his ribs were gone, bro. I thought his ribs were gone.
he got hit. He got
Yeah.
hit. But once Flacco lost him, it became the Brees Hall show, and I was like, okay, we're just doing all checkdowns today, and we didn't see Conklin until towards the end. It felt like once Wilson went out, Joe Flacco forgot how to play football. He was like, I don't have my best weapon. What do I do now? And he's just like panicking out there. At the same time, our offensive line couldn't stop anybody. Nobody.
Well, that's why Brees Hall is in there, because Michael Carter is really bad in pass protection, and they need to add Brees Hall there. And honestly, CJ Uzama is just there to block. So it was really, you're right. It was just the Conklin and Brees Hall show.
It didn't even matter who was. It didn't matter who was in there, because when your tackles can't block the defensive ends, and you have Hendrickson just coming out and getting 4 QB hits, he gets 2.5 sacks.
I'm gonna pull my non-existing hair out. That Carl Lawson was absolutely terrible, and Trey Hendrickson killed us. Greg, save me, bro. Oh my God, what a game. I'd rather
hop
lose
in here, Greg. Hop in here, Greg.
45-0 in this game and just like bury it. Like do one of those like bury the football, bury the tape type games.
I don't even think burying the football solves anything for this point, man. Look, you can't. You just. Where was the defense? Where's the pass rush? Joe Burrow has been attacked consistently the last 2 weeks, and then we're just like,
Dude, we talked about it in the preview. We talked about, first of all, first half, you have to start fast. We did the opposite. They started out fast. We were playing catch up the whole game. To John's point, we've led 20-something seconds this whole entire season. That's a tough stat to hear for the first time while you're on the podcast. And then also, too, we have to get after Joe Burrow, man. 13 sacks through 2 weeks. He was on pace for like 111 sacks or 110 sacks in the season. We get 0 in the first half. We started out so flat. We started out so bad. And it was just a field goal fest for us. I mean, God, Greg Zuerlein got in a workout, 4 field goals. We can't even get it really sniff the red zone at some points. It was so bad.
I mean,
it was atrocious.
If he missed one of those, that's it. Just like end the team, resign the game.
Yeah.
If he missed one of those field goals, we would have thrown the white towel. That would have been a turnover. That's how bad the offense was.
John, before we got on, you asked, what is the only good thing that I could say from this game? Greg Zuerlein, Brandon Mann. That was the only 2 good players I could act like. And
the corners.
I'll give you Sauce Gardner. Yeah, and DJ Reed. Those guys were.
DJ Reed and Sauce look good.
Yeah. Who would have thought that we're here saying, yeah, our corners are good, and then we look at our front 7. I'm like, dude, do something. Like you pull out the stick, like do something. You're both like do something.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, dude.
Also,
this game was just so aggravating from the jump, because we could have been in this from the first quarter, and then we just didn't do anything. I felt like we could have been more aggressive at certain points too, and we just weren't. And there was no diversity in like who we were looking for. It was like, okay, like Joe Flacco legitimately looking for Brees Hall for like 4 times in a row. It's like, okay, guy, I get it, but we're not going to win this way. We have a tight end too that you can go towards. Like, can we use him?
Well, he loves the tight end. He loves the tight end.
But he went to like Brees Hall, and I guess that's like what the defense was giving him. But there was no creativity to get his other guys open. It was like essentially the same thing over and over and over.
Okay, guys, I have a question. How can you be aggressive if you pushing the quarterback while he's throwing is roughing the passer? Every time I go to see the Jets at MetLife, we have a dumb roughing the passer call.
Yep.
Of course we fumble. I feel like we just fumble every game now. Of course there's some interceptions. But dude, the miscues are just unreal. Like you said, discipline. Number 1, Corey Davis fighting Eli Apple when we can get back in the game. Absolutely disgusting. Drop 3rd downs. Awful. If our 3rd tackle can guard, Hendrickson, fine. It is what it is. But CJ Mosley, I need you to tackle, dude. Like Jordan Whitehead, we just signed you. You can't tackle? I also I know I'm kind of ranting, but like Who did the physical for the left tackle that we just for Dwayne Brown? Who did it? Like I don't understand. Like we just paid him $15 million to go to IR. Like who did the contract? Who did the physical, bro? Who's the doctor? I'm so frustrated by this team.
Would you like to get more frustrated about this team?
Sure. What are you gonna tell me? Stats that Joe Flacco threw 50?
No. That's where I get upset because we don't even run the ball enough. I'm like, why are we doing this? Why? Like, why don't we even try to like control the ground game and control the tempo to some way? I guess we can't. Is that why we got to throw all this time? It just boggles my mind.
19 rushing attempts, 1 end around, and 52 throws by Joe Flacco. Sounds good, bro. Nine of them were in the stands by like 17 and a half feet. About 8 of them would hit the floor.
Yo, I watched this man. I was watching this man launch things, and I was like, they're hitting the goalpost. I was like, what are we doing, bro? Where's the touch?
The cameraman had the security guard in the orange. He had a sick catch for one of them. Out like he's like out all the way by the stands, bro. He's not even close to the field. It's crazy.
Did that count for us? Did that count for us? Him catching for me.
Touchdown for me, bro. It's the only touchdown I had today.
Sign the security guard to be a receiver. But Jets offensive line, guess where it ranks in salary and total spending in the NFL?
3rd.
Close, 4th.
Well, it's disgusting. Of course, because we signed Laken Thompson to a max contract. He was the worst left guard in the league week 1. He's fine now, thank God. And then again, George Fant, you want an extension? Like, what are we extending? Like, I don't understand. Like, I know he's like the Iron Man, but he's injured. He's been injured. That's why Seattle wanted to let him go. That's why the Jets have question marks. Like, man, I am really down on this Jets team right now. I don't know. What does Zach Wilson do for the defense? You know what I mean? I understand what he can do for the offense, right? Like we could, scramble out, make things out of nothing. Berrios gets back in the game. I'm sure less Conklin, more Berrios type deal. You know what I mean? More Garrett Wilson, more Elijah Moore because you can actually hit them with the ball. I'm sure you're going to run it a lot, but they're going to stack the box on you. They're going to make him throw. They want Zach Wilson to throw because they don't trust it. I'm just wondering what that means for the worst safeties in the league. And now without Quincy Williams, the worst linebacker core in the league, and we can't guard a running back or tight end out of the backfield. Like Hayden Hurst getting that in the first quarter, like was that touchdown or like a huge first down? It was the most obvious thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, are they not like? Do they not know that? Do the Jets not know? Like that's my question because everyone keeps telling me they're fine with their linebackers and we're good with our safeties. Like, do they not know that we are the worst that we've been for so long? That's what I'm so frustrated about. Like, obviously we know the tackle. They know the tackle situation. That's why they throw money all over the place at nothing, at garbage, right? Because they just want anything. I get they know, but like, what's going on with the linebackers and the safeties, dude? What is Zach Wilson going to help? What is he going to do? He's going to tackle somebody? I don't get it. He's going to guard a safety? Whether it's Trubisky next week or whether it's Pickett next week, they're just going to isolate the tight end on the linebacker or bring the running back out of the backfield, and they're going to score touchdowns. It's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. It's just terrible. Like, Claypool's going to suck because we're good there. Like, Pickens going to suck because we're good. But that's it. That's literally all we can do. It's great.
What I'm having a tough time with, though, is, like, didn't we sign up for being 1-2 going into the Steelers game before the season started? So that's why I'm having such a hard time with it. It's like, yeah, I want to freak out because this team sucks, but isn't this exactly what we were hoping for when the season started?
That's what I'm annoyed. That's what I'm annoyed about, Alex. Like, that's what I'm annoyed about, bro. Because on paper, sure, 1-2 with Flacco sounds good, but I'm watching this game. What do we do good? I want to know. Like, we don't do anything. Bro. I think seconds. 22 seconds.
That's the most frustrating part. Is that even I don't even know, dude. There's not even a balance. Offense, the defense, it was fire the first week, and now it's just tailed off dramatically. I have no idea.
Nothing happened that was different. I mean,
I think that's where it's like, yeah, we're 1-2. the way we're 1-2 is okay. A win's a win, but
We're
John, you talked about it. You talked about it last week. You talked about it actually earlier, like for the preview. Like, can we get a legitimate, like, good
Lead?
win
or
like,
a lead.
Yeah. Can we get a solid win? Can we just get? And it doesn't feel that we're even close to that. Even after beating the Browns, we were here saying, "Oh, we're getting close. This is good. We're doing something," and then we're back here at square one, being like, "Are we?
Again.
Was that a fluke? Was this something that Where do we go from here?" And I think to answer your point, like for Zach Wilson, maybe if he could put up points, it puts pressure on the other opposing team, and then they have to throw more because as of right now, we're doing that, and it's hurting us. And you could say, yes, Joe Flacco, it doesn't look great because he's not the mobile quarterback, and we don't have the line to do that. But honestly, when I hear that, it's like, okay, so we have a lot more issues than the quarterback. It's like, our quarterback needs to be more mobile. Well, don't we need a better offensive line too then? Because then we're putting Zach Wilson back there to get hurt.
Yeah. Okay. Timeout. Joe Flacco standing there and pretending that there's no pass rush is the craziest thing that I actually witnessed in person.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
They're coming.
That's legit. No.
He doesn't care. He's like, listen, I'm gonna do the 6-step back, and I'm gonna throw it. Like, if I'm good, then I'm good. But if everybody does their job, like, you know what I'm saying, then it's gonna go and it's gonna be good. But dude, like, it's not gonna happen. So can we please improvise here? Because like, it's gonna be a fumble. Like. Or
I don't think he can, dude. I don't think he can. Like, how much can he improvise?
But that's what I also think he slightly got hurt in the first or second quarter. And he was like limping for a little bit, and then he was like good.
He didn't look ready to move, man. Like he stepped up into the pocket, and I was.
Why don't you play Mike White?
Like he wanted to take off.
Why don't you play Mike White in the second half? Like, what is the worst possible case scenario that happens? Flacco's really upset with you. Like, that's the worst case. Like, he goes inside the locker room and throws his chair on the ground and like freaks out and like doesn't show up to practice next week. Is that the worst possible case scenario? Like, who cares, man? I honestly don't get why you put Flacco, even for a spark. Even if you are legitimately saying, yo, listen, Flacco to Mike White is a complete net neutral.
I think the thing for that is if you're Saleh, who's already not in a hot seat, but he's starting to feel the flames, right? He's starting to feel he's in the pan.
I disagree.
You think he's in the hot seat now?
I don't think he's on the hot seat.
I think he is.
Yeah, I'm not saying he is on the hot seat. I don't think he's on the hot seat.
Greg's been on that because the defense sucks, which I agree with.
Just dude,
the defense
lost.
The defense is bad.
Why, Greg? Why?
The defense is bad, but just like when you're watching, like in the first half, on the first couple of drives, like he just straight face, just walk up and down the sidelines, no emotion, no nothing, and it's like, dude, we're fighting for our lives right now. Like John Franklin Myers had a terrible penalty. I know it's like, oh, he pushed down the quarterback. Dude, he threw down the quarterback late, and then he jumped on top of the quarterback. Like, that's a penalty in the NFL. Like, you have to say something. You have to do something.
His team's not disciplined.
Definitely not disciplined. We all know that. That's the whole thing about, is Zach Wilson going to help the defense? Dude, the defense needs to help the defense by extending drives. Like, as soon as that happened, me and my dad were watching the game. I was just like, the Bengals are going to score on this drive, whether it's a field goal, whether it's a touchdown, whatever it is. 3 plays later, 60-yard touchdown. Like, dude, you have to get off the field. You have to get off the field in the NFL.
You have to get sacks, dude. You have to get sacks. You have to hit the QB. You have to put pressure. And here you go, John. You'll like this too.
It's 3rd and 9. Get off the field.
Jets defensive line. Guess where they rank in salary?
7.
Second.
Oh my God.
John, we have the top. We have the top 5 offensive defense paid lines in the NFL, and we stink.
Dude, this is the first time saying it out loud, but I can't tell you how I could physically feel burning in my insides watching Trey Hendrickson murder us and Carl Lawson. Like, I love Carl Lawson, bro. I love him. He's practicing his spin moves on the sideline, and then I'm like, we got this next drive. Nothing. This was the game for them to do something. This offensive line for the Bengals stink. Is this our strength? That's all I said in the parking lot today. Anytime anyone asked me anything, all I said was the only chance we have is the Jets' strength, defensive line, versus the Bengals' weakness, their offensive line. Like that's the only.
That's the
we couldn't
only
even
thing that
do
could
that.
happen.
And
That's the only way.
and our defensive line is healthy.
Let's talk about it though. Can we talk about? I would say.
Can I just say one thing?
Topic? Yeah, go ahead.
Before this, I want to get back on Saleh, like why he didn't pull, because I really want to talk on why he didn't pull the quarterback. For Saleh right now, he's not on the hot seat, in my opinion, but he's feeling the heat right now because his defense, as Greg's pointed out, is bad, and this team is one, continually not disciplined, and two, it's just inept on both sides of the ball still. So the last thing you need to do is pull out a quarterback and not show trust, because if he does that and Mike White comes in and it looks worse, then you're like, what is this coach thinking? Then you're just starting to be like, oh, he's just panicking, and now he's just under pressure. So I could feel that's why he's not doing. He's like, I'm going to trust my guy. I'm going to stick with it because I don't want to put myself or this team under any more scrutiny that Rich Cimini and everybody else is going to come through. Okay, but no, let's talk about this defense.
Wait, hold on. I get it. I get that, Alex, and I totally understand that sentiment. But if that's the case, then the meter is starting to go more towards Greg, as this guy is in over his head, because you got to coach for football and not for Rich Cimini tweets, okay? Because who cares what the media says? The media is dumb. Doesn't matter. Mike White, if he's going to put us in a better position, regardless of of the circumstances, or how the media is going to treat me, if this goes badly, that's bad. I can't have my coach already in week 3 of his second year trying to coach not to get fired. I can't, first of all, the owner doesn't fire people until the end of the season. Like, somebody has to have called him and told him that. So I'm not buying that Salah thinks he's on the hot seat. But like, we had another dust up, right? This Quinton Williams thing, we kind of mentioned it before, but like, let's talk about that. Like, we're talking about Salah being on the hot seat. His coaching staff is also on the hot seat, and not from the media, not from tweets, not from the fans, but from
from the fans. Yes, from the fans.
But the fans are calling for their jobs every day.
Fans are calling for their jobs left and right on Twitter, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, all those they don't matter. But what does matter is Quinton Williams. You're supposed to be star on in the D line. We're gonna re-sign him on a contract year, blowing up on your D coach because you don't play him. You're literally not. It's so funny. I'm being honest with you. I saw Quinton Williams come off the field on 3rd down, and I was like, why the hell is Q Will coming off the field? And I didn't see the dust up, even though it was like literally like right to my left, right in front of me. I was like paying attention, and then my phone kept blowing up. So then I went back and I was like, oh, it must have been right there. And then I saw him talking later. It totally makes sense. Why the hell are you taking him off the field on 3rd down,
dude? There's a play. I think it might have been after the Corey Davis, or it might have even been the last play before once Flacco got intercepted. But this is like the second thing. That's on Ulrich, right? Here's Michael Four.
It wasn't Ulrich. He didn't fight with Ulrich though. It was a D line coach.
It was a
right.
defensive
But I'm
line
saying,
coach,
but Ulrich's the defensive coordinator, so he's the one who's like, rotate guys in, whatnot. That whole mantra is keep guys fresh, right? That's what Robert Saleh and everybody else is saying. Keep guys fresh. Well, how about this one? To add on to why Quinton
Williams. The radio was saying too. I think this is the dumbest philosophy I've ever heard. This is like what people say: bend, don't break. I hate that term, and I hate the let's keep the D line fresh term. Dude, you know what you're doing? You're subbing players in and out because they all suck, and you just all right. Somebody else. Who else? All right, Jacob Martin. You want to try? All right, Jermaine Johnson. You want to get like he did okay today. Carl Lawson. You want to try?
But
I mean, maybe there's something about not giving people enough reps to get hyped, and maybe you need like an engine, to get that started. But if that's the case, then stop spending money sporadically to have 25 good guys and like get 6 good guys. I don't know what to tell you. Like whatever we're doing right now is not working. We're not generating pressure. And this is the thing, man. If your star D tackle that everybody says is a star is fighting with your D line coach, if the head coach is messing up, I would say game time situations, or his locker room, quote unquote, with can't run. He's the defensive guy. He has the worst defense in the league. He's got to count for something. And then the offense, it stinks, and you can tell me it's the quarterback. Fine. But what about the defense then? If Rex Ryan has the worst defense in the league, Rex Ryan gets fired. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm with you. And then if the Quinn Williams is fighting with a D-line coach, what I was trying to explain, it extends past the fans. It extends past the media. It extends past, that's Q Will fighting with you on that day. You know what I mean? So I can see why. I don't personally think he's on the hot seat, but I can see why there's that sentiment and that frustration with the team. We should be frustrated with the New York Jets, man. They deserve to be 0-3, looking down the barrel right now at the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, looking at 0-4. Like, that's what it totally should be.
Imagine that, though. And we said it in the preseason. I said if this team goes 1-6 or 0-6 to start the season, like, Robert Saleh's on the hot seat.
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
there's a legit chance. I mean, because there was a miracle in Cleveland, it won't happen. He won't be 0-6. But there's a legit chance we're 1-6. 1-7 when we get into
one
this.
game at a time. One game at a time.
Yeah, but still, I'm worried about the Steelers game, man. The Steelers don't look good, but we look terrible.
That's the thing where we come. This is where it comes back to coaching, right? Like, what are we doing? And what I was trying to tell you, John, is that for 4th and 1, Flacco's best play, not his favorite weapons are Conklin and Garrett Wilson. But yet they don't have it. Florida doesn't have both of them in.
Was that a run? Was that a run play?
No, it was a pass. It was a pass play.
And
so
what
are we doing?
Where's Conklin in the first 3 quarters? That's what I don't get. Like, I had him on my fantasy team today. I picked him up because I was like, oh, we apparently throw the ball more than anyone. Let's get him in here.
I picked up Flacco for Herbert.
And it's just like he was non-existent in the first half. He had 0 points in the first half. I think maybe he got a catch or 2 in the third and he started getting it going. But it's just like, dude, where is CJ? I get that he's a blocking tight end, but he's not a blocking tight end on the Cincinnati Bengals that went to the Super Bowl last year. He was catching balls. He was making plays. Like, I don't get it.
He's injured. Honestly, he's injured, and he only played because it's the Bengals.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. And he was just there to block. He was running sideline stuff. I'm glad Conklin didn't fumble.
Yeah, that was nice.
8 for 8. Good thing
Also,
I picked him up in fantasy today.
That one fumble, Mitchell was almost there. Our guy, the fumble recovery king. He was right there.
Laughing.
I was like, come on.
I was dying laughing. Yo, dude, I don't know if this is like a trend around the NFL, but definitely for the Jets games, the ball's on the ground a lot. Like, whether the Jets are getting it, recovering, or losing it, it's just on the ground. There's a lot. And, I mean, I'll call it right now. Find the prop right now, guys. I'm telling you. Pratt Freiermuth, take the over for Pittsburgh. I will take 2 touchdowns, take 1 touchdown, and take the over for yards for him. I'm telling you, please just do it and thank me later. Okay, it has nothing to do with fandom. I'm telling you, we cannot guard a tight end and parlay that if you can with Minkah Fitzpatrick interception. I'm telling you, it's happening. Just those 2 things are happening. So my question to you guys is, if you guys have anything more on this game, please. I got to rewatch it. Not today because I'm absolutely. I can't. Right? I cannot.
Hey man, I cannot. There's no way you can rewatch this game
with two
Flacco fumbles and 2 Flacco interceptions today.
Disgusting.
No touchdowns. No touchdowns for Mr. Flacco.
I know. Not even something to look forward to. I'm gonna rewatch it because I'm sadistic. I guess just to see what happened.
Know, man. Just someone answer how we have Breece Hall averaging 5 yards a carry, and we only give him 8 carries on the ground.
I'm about to say because he only has 8 carries. They're like, all right, we're good. Like, let's stash you. I feel like I don't know. We're scared. We play like we're scared. But I'm telling you one thing. Shout out to the coaching staff for that challenge. I don't know what you guys saw on TV.
Yeah.
But for
that
me,
was good.
I legitimately thought, and I even started out loud because I couldn't hold it. I legitimately thought we were about to challenge ourselves into a touchdown.
Yeah.
I could not believe that they threw a challenge flag. I was like, oh my God, we just are literally went from 4th down to Bengals touchdown. Like I was ready, yo. I was really ready for that. I'm so glad that happened. But just really quick before I ask you guys about the Steelers, real quick here. What happened there on TV? Like I'm actually curious.
Chase's foot was coming up off the ground when he actually made the catch, so he only had 1 foot in.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude!
And it was
I would've
close.
never-
It was close.
It was
like the
close.
closest thing possible.
Yeah.
Like, we could see it, but like, there's no commentary or anything. It's just like us yelling.
Oh,
What
don't
was
worry.
The other challenge was.
By the way, don't worry, John. You didn't miss any commentary in the second half because there was technical difficulties through CBS, so we didn't have the normal game camera. We were actually getting the all 22 for part of the game.
Oh, same thing happened with Miami Hurricanes, huh?
Yeah,
Is
so
it
like
what-
we got a little bit of we got some all 22,
That's
and
sick.
then
the audio was weird too at certain spots.
audio was terrible.
Really?
But then we also had a Boomer and family out there just calling the game for us. So you had 6 guys calling the game, and it was too much. Too many people commentating on the game and doing play-by-play.
That's funny.
And
Greg, what was the
also
second-
all 22 was that was a nice view. It was actually a decent view.
I don't think I can watch all 22 this week, but we'll see. We'll see how the regular rewatch goes. Greg, what were you saying about the second challenge?
The other challenge was Higbee in the end zone for the touchdown. He got his toes in. He tapped both his toes.
Those back feet.
But when your heels touch, you have to. So like if you just scrape your toes and that's the only thing that touches, that counts as a touchdown. But because his heels hit the ground out of bounds, it counts as out of bounds,
That's
which
so
I thought was
funny.
crazy. I didn't know that was a
We were-
rule.
It was so funny because we were literally having a philosophical conversation I never thought we would have. Like in the stands, we were like, when does a tippy toe count? Because then you technically go out of bounds. Or what if you like get your tippy toe and then like fall backwards? Does that count?
Yeah.
Like what counts? So we did see it. Like they paused it at MetLife, like on that spot, but
Yeah.
like they just kind of forgot about the front part where he clearly got 2 feet in.
Yeah.
So, like, shout out to the coaching staff for that. I mean, I don't think that Sauce on the hot seat, but I'm telling you right now, this Steelers game it means a whole lot to both teams, man. First of all, talk about head coach mismatch.
Yeah.
Tomlin and Salah is a big mismatch. However, we have the mismatch our defense against their offense because hear me out, guys. He can't throw to the safeties. Like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, like they throw. Even Brissett to some point, but he was really getting us on the screens. But he could throw past our secondary. Like Mitch can't do that. He's gonna be doing the screen game. So we have to tackle. Like Jordan Whitehead has to tackle, Quan Alexander has to tackle, CJ Mosley has to tackle, Marcel Harris, my boy. Like,
I didn't know who you are, my boy.
Dude, because my phone died. He was 36 and he's got the dreads over his name. I'm asking everyone, I was like, dude, who is this guy? I've never been so confused in my life. I was like, it's like a random guy who's like, yeah. With the jersey on.
Yeah,
Like,
get in there for us, kid.
who is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, is Hamza done too? Does he not get dressed? I didn't see Hamza at all. Sherwood was there. I'm surprised he was.
I didn't see him.
Don't worry, they love our linebackers. But yo, I have a question though. Speaking of linebackers, this just popped into my head. Greg, is it Chaz Surratt season?
I hope so.
Let's go. I forgot
I
about
hope
that.
so.
I forgot. Imagine Chaz Surratt, the quarterback turned linebacker for UNC, just got cut from Minnesota. We picked him up to our practice squad.
It might be, dude. I mean, the one thing I will say about the NFL overall, you were talking about like fumbles across the board. I don't know if there's as many fumbles. Big injury day across the NFL. People were getting hurt all over the place.
Any more notable ones, real quick? I just like this is.
Well, like Tua came out for a little bit. Dalvin Cook's
Mac
out.
Jones is probably the most notable one.
Dalvin
Yeah.
Cook.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook's out. He came
real
out in the
one?
second
Knee?
half, shoulder,
Okay.
which I think is the shoulder that he's hurt before though.
Oh, but it's not a knee.
But it's not a knee. No, it's a shoulder.
That's tough.
There's a few others. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the end of the Chargers game, but Herbert obviously banged up. But yeah, so definitely a lot of injuries all throughout the league. I mean, and
Quincy
weird
Williams.
stuff like Diggs was out for a little bit, but I think he was just cramping down in Miami.
Pierre Lewan out for the season, and Titans came back today, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Taylor
The
one.
Raiders
out for the year.
stink. Raiders stink.
Raiders
Yeah.
think.
Titans just
They
got
worse-
out to a lead early and just kept it going.
Raiders worse than the Jets.
I think the Raiders win that.
Yeah, Raiders win that one easily.
Really? Because I could see Derek Carr and Devontae Adams, if they ever played each other, have 300 yards and 3 touchdowns the first half. I'm not even joking. But yeah, I
Dude, it's tough when you're talking about like I would just look at the box score again. If you told me going into this game we held Jamar Chase to 29 yards and Joe Mixon to 24 rushing yards, I'd be like, oh, we won this game easy. It's just the discipline. It's the discipline on the defense for not being able to get a sack and giving up big plays and getting penalties. Like when you do those three things all on defense, when you give penalties to extend drives, when you give up big gashing plays for 40, 50 yards, and when you can't get a sack to the guy that leads the league in giving up sacks, like how are you supposed to win a football game?
Or how about this? How about we actually stop their second string guys? You know what I mean? That would be nice too. I mean, Samaje Perine came in and it was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
guess
he
what,
was just
bro?
he was
Out of
just
the
running like at
backfield.
will.
Anyone out of the backfield is perfect.
But he
against
wasn't
the
even
Jets.
catching out of the backfield. He was just running.
He was
We can't
running.
tackle. We're not tackling.
Or you even have Tyler Boyd out there. Like he got the most yards today.
Well, that play was
He's good.
ridiculous. What
He's
happened
good.
there?
He's good, but
I gotta watch that. What happened there? Who was that? Was that Reed?
don't
Obviously, it was
think
our
it was
safety.
Reed.
Obviously, it was our safeties. But like, what happened in the front? I have to rewatch.
I
it.
haven't
nothing
watched all
That's the thing.
22
Nothing was
on it.
happening in the front.
Yeah, I don't know who that was on, but I don't think they're crediting that to Gardner, right? I don't know. Gardner had a really nice play in the corner. That was really far away from me. That was like the farthest part of the stadium for me, on that corner. And then he did like the turf angel.
Yeah.
Something to be positive about. I mean, listen, telling you right now, take it early.
Wait, you're talking about Tyler Boyd, the 50-yard touchdown you're talking about? That what
Yeah.
happened on that one? Yeah, I didn't see the under. Obviously, I think it was Whitehead who came up and hit him, and then he
Of
just
course.
spun out of it.
Oh yeah, why? Whitehead didn't do a tackle? I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
But-
Yeah, shocking. So I'm telling you right now, you want to get in early? I haven't looked at any numbers, but take the under for the first half of the Jets Steelers. Take the under for the full game. Take Freiermouth to have a killer game, and take Minka Fitzpatrick get an
Even with
interception.
Zach Wilson back?
Yeah.
Dude, Joe Flacco threw 52 times.
I understand that, but I'm saying with Zach Wilson back.
Yeah,
Because everyone's saying we just need
Under.
more mobile quarterback to extend the play and stuff like that.
under.
Okay. All
Under.
right.
What about we talked about on
like
Winning
him.
Picks Weekly? The look ahead line for next week was 3.5 when we recorded last week. Are you still thinking about the Jets plus 3.5, or do you think? What do you
I mean, the Steelers look so bad.
yeah. They look
I would
so
say
bad.
I would make it plus 5.5.
I was thinking 5 too. I was actually legitimately
All right.
thinking I was like 5 seems like the right number. It's not a touchdown, but it could be. But it also could not be.
Yeah, I'll say like 5.5 is like a nice annoying number where it could be like, is it 2 field goals or not? Because it's going to be a disgusting field goal game. It's going to be 15-12. We can't get touchdowns. I don't know. Is Zach Wilson going to come get touchdowns, or are you guys going to tell me as soon as I open up the recap pod next week? Oh God, John, it's his first game back. He hasn't had a preseason. He's got to get acclimated with Garrett Wilson and Conklin, who Flacco's been having reps with. Like I'm ready. I already know it's coming when he throws 3 interceptions to Minka Fitzpatrick. I already know it's coming. So they're going to run the ball. They're going to make it conservative.
Can I submit that paper now?
And listen to
You were
this.
the one on the last episode that was saying that you don't know if Zach Wilson's bad. I was the one saying Zach Wilson stinks.
Well, wait,
what?
that's not how the wording went.
I think he's good. I think he's good. I think
John said he thinks he's good.
Right,
You said you don't know.
I was saying I don't. Yeah, I was saying that he could easily throw 4 interceptions.
yeah,
Now
but
you're
again,
changing from 3 to 4. Come on. Greg.
3, 4, 5. You never know. Joe Flacco went from 4 touchdowns and no turnovers to no touchdowns and 4 turnovers in 1 week. You never know with this Jets team.
That's elite, my man. That's
That's
why we call him
elite.
Elite Flacco.
here's the thing. Like we
I just want it on the
micromanage-
record that I'm the one that thinks Zach Wilson might stink.
I don't keep it on the record. I think
Okay.
he's going to be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, listen, the New York Jets. We micro analyze their stats. If Zach Wilson comes out next week and plays the balanced offense, we're gonna win this game. We can't have a quarterback throwing 52 times. It doesn't work like that. If Zach Wilson throws 33 times, you know what I'm saying? Which is, I feel like a normal 35 times. Take those 15 attempts and sprinkle them on Breece Hall, Mike Carter. We're gonna win this game. So it just depends on the balance of this offense, man. I feel like snap counts and attempts. It feels like, stupid things that we're like, just like picking at stupid things. But I honestly think that's what makes a difference in this game. Tackling obviously made a huge difference. Can't safety. I'm gonna say till my head explodes. Safeties, linebackers, but it's the New York Jets, guys. What the hell do you expect? Yo, dude, you know what really pissed me off? Like, not only the JETS Jets chants are soft at MetLife. They were soft today at best. Like at best, they were soft,
dude.
So
once again, we're a beaten down fan base at this point. Like we have not experienced this much lack of success in such a long time. Like it's crazy.
Can I tell you something upsetting? And this is the first time I say this out loud. And this is definitely the only sports team of mine that I feel this way in. I have more fun on Jets road games than at MetLife. And it's not even close.
Oh, for sure. I mean, MetLife sucks, dude. First of all,
it's not even the stadium. Forget it. Forget the fridge look. Forget the generic stuff.
I'm not even talking about the fridge look.
It's just like it's just something like MetLife. It just something about the I don't know. It's more fun to go to Jets games on the road, but like Yankee Stadium, right? Even Mets fans, like at home, that's way better. The Rangers at home, the Knicks at the Garden, like.
But think about where they all are, though. Like we're talking about, they're all in the city. Anywhere else we travel, it's all in the city.
Dude, Giants fans
in the city.
And I never been to a Giants game, but it sounds like it's rocking in there. Like let's watch Monday night. All right, it's gonna be rocking at MetLife.
It's against the Cowboys, so it's gonna be rocking. But the thing with the NFC East, it's not. It's just like a thing with the NFC East. It's a dogfight every single year. You never know who's going to be on top.
Okay. Listen,
anybody.
We can end this recap pod here, but you can go out on a limb and tell me that the Jets next home game, Week 5 versus the Dolphins. Salah had never won a division game.
I'm not going to tell you.
Douglas never won a division game. Are we going to?
Not going to be rocking. It's not going to be rocking. I can tell you it's not going to.
It's going to be teal and orange everywhere in there, bro. It's going to be disgusting. I might be there too. Like I was going to be pissed off at all these Dolphins fans, and Tua and Tyreek Hill and Xavier Howard's going to be back. Like it's just going to be another beatdown, dude. So. I don't know. I'm feeling pessimistic right now. I'm excited for the Steelers preview. See how I could somehow spin zone this with Zach Wilson coming back and changing my life. Starting on Wednesday. So we'll see. But right now, guys, I am in the dumps. I'm 0-3 in my head. I am 0-3 Jets, third left tackle, third string linebacker. No safeties. Like that is really where I'm at right now. I am rock bottom. Right now, without watching any other game this week, but just looking at the scores real quick, literally, I don't know anything about these games. Just literally whatever I saw during TV breaks at MetLife. The Jets are the worst team in the league right now. Especially this week. This week's not even close. We are easily the worst team in the league this week. But the Jets are 0-3 in my brain. And right now, worst team in the league. Zach Wilson comes back, wants to be the savior. Great. Dwayne Brown wants to come back and be a left tackle. Amazing. George Fant healthy. Great. We trade for a safety. We get a linebacker. Chaz Surratt. If Chaz Surratt is somehow like the savior, like
don't hype yourself up.
Honestly,
relax over there. Relax over there.
We still have a linebacker. Like it sucks. So that's where I am right now. I'm in the dumps. Not feeling good about this team. And it's gonna be a disgusting game next Sunday, dude. Like the stupid Steelers, like Mitch Trubisky and this disgusting Steelers team, versus this Jets team, which I am scared of. I mean, everyone's still on IR, so you're not getting anyone off IR. So it's either you're getting fans back or you're not. And then if you can find a linebacker, because the waiver is reset, but we have one win, so it's not gonna reset that hard for us. So we're still up there. I don't know. I right now I got that's it. I said everything positive I could possibly say, and there was really nothing. We got crumbs here.
All good, man. Don't worry.
He didn't fumble, my boy. I love him.
We're a beaten fan base. We haven't seen true playoff success since Rex Ryan. Sure, we were close with Fitzmagic. Not real, man. That wasn't real. We've just been beaten so bad. That's why you even hear soft chants at MetLife Stadium, because what have we had to even be excited for. We're still living off of hope, man. Living off of hope.
Breaking
And that's
news.
and you can only live off of hope for so long until you actually see something tangible that you can watch and say, I believe in this team. I actually am confident going into the next game that we're going to win. And we felt that way. We legitimately felt that way into this game. And then the Jets, in Jets fashion, knows how to pull the rug right from under us and just say, nope, we're not there yet. We're not ready to do this. And it's frustrating. It's aggravating. Having to watch Joe Flacco throw the ball 52 times again. This man is truly out to break a record. This man may even hold the pass attempt record through week 6 the way he's going.
But they're not good throws.
They're not. And this was even more infuriating. It's because they're just not good. It's not efficient. Josh Allen threw 63 times today. But you know what? Why I see Josh Allen throwing 63 times? I'm like, oh, he can do that because it's Josh Allen. I see Joe Flacco 52 and 59 times.
A recipe for success. Like even they lost when they have the best quarterback in the league, arguably, and the best overall team, arguably. But listen, when their two safeties are out, they throw 63 times. You're
gonna watch that game. You're gonna watch if you watch that game. It was some. Probably. They were doing some stupid stuff. The video running around Twitter right now with the offensive coordinator just breaking everything and just smashing everything because he was so upset.
On what team?
The Bills.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Because at the end of the game, they couldn't get the spike down to kick a field goal.
Yeah, because I think it was the running back decided to try to make a move instead of just go out of bounds. And he was like, why would you do this with 8 seconds? Just go out of bounds. So
that was an electric game, though. That was awesome.
Is that the best game of the week?
So far, yes.
Probably.
Okay. So far, I would say yes. I mean, the Texans Bears game was
that was up there.
It was close and it was good, but it was good because both teams weren't great. So it's the Lions and the Vikings was
that
awesome.
was electric too.
That was
I heard the KJ Osborne right at the end.
Yeah, both he had a couple catches at the end that were fantastic. They came back to win.
Out? Did he play or no? Because Thielen I think is done. Okay,
and look, at least we can be happy because Tom Brady lost today, so it's all good.
Yo, speaking of, this is my breaking news. Ankle damage. It's a weird word to use. Ankle damage for McCorkle out there in New England. It's Hoyer time?
Yeah, they're saying the x-rays came back negative, but they're worried that there's going to be ligament damage.
He was crying. He was screaming.
Yeah, he was in a lot of pain.
There was a video, and you could just see his face. It was like red. It was like tomato red.
I was joking around, like, okay, it's okay, guy. Just try to be optimistic. At MetLife, like, to try to joke around because we were optimistic until it started. It literally started raining, and as soon as the Corey Davis thing happened, it was just like all misery. But I was trying to be optimistic. I was like, guys, don't worry, we're tied with the Patriots in the AFC East. Like, we're good right now.
What a time to be alive,
dude. Final thoughts from me before we get out of here. I would have signed up to be 1-2 going into the Steelers game preseason. I think I did sign up for that.
You did.
To me, it's just the lack of discipline from the veterans on our team. The veterans have to play better. The veterans have to get it going. The fact that our best players and our highlight players are from Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall, and Garrett Wilson, all rookies, that should light a fire under these veteran players. It's crazy. So we need some discipline in this locker room. We need some discipline from this defense to stop getting penalties and extending plays. And we need to just keep it going here with these veterans. They have to get it together if we're going to have a shot. The rookies are holding their own. The rookies are playing great. I love what I see from Sauce. We'll see what we got against the Steelers this week.
Yeah, that's a good way to wrap it up. And I think that's it. That's where we're going to end it. Because there's nothing much more to say.
I don't want to add any. I was going to say something negative. So let's just
I was trying to end it up. I was trying my best.
We're not doing that. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in for another Jets episode of the Next Jets, Etc. podcast. If you liked what you watched, please make sure to subscribe to that YouTube channel, okay? Make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you know when a new episode drops. Leave a comment. Hit the like button. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. What do you think about the Jets game this week? Are you down with us? Are you sad?
Are you down with the Jets?
Are you down? Are you down on the Jets? Yes. Are you going to take John's betting advice? Let us know.
I legit am going to take that parlay just because I gotta feel something next week. If the Jets get smacked,
Something
by
to make you
Mitch
feel alive about
Trubisky-
this game. Something to make you feel alive.
The Jets get smacked by Mitch Trubisky, man. I'm not gonna be okay. Like this is gonna be a rock bottom for me. Like I'm gonna start questioning things because, dude,
I want to.
it's Miami and then Green Bay. I'm going to Green Bay, bro. Week 6, dude. I'm going to Lambeau for this stupid team. I'm spending a weekend in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Well, if
for the damn
anything,
New York Jets, bro.
if anything speaks to how this goes for you, we're gonna get an electric win next week against the Steelers, and then quite the letdown.
Versus Miami, no problem, because we suck at home. I'm gonna say right now, I'm sorry. Daniel Jones sucks at MetLife. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but he has 19 interceptions and 19 fumbles at home. That's a mirror. That guy is an anomaly. But also, the Jets suck at home.
Maybe we should just tear down MetLife in general. Just tear down MetLife.
We're walking out, Alex, and some guy is like screaming at his girlfriend, like jokingly, but like, he wants us all to hear, but he's screaming. He's like, I haven't seen a win at home since 2008, Jets Jacksonville. Like, it's like a decade and a half ago. He's like screaming. She's like, no, that's not true. And she's
That
like,
isn't
no.
true.
She's like, no, it was like that other game. He's like, that was it. That was it. That was Jets Jacksonville like 11 years ago. Like, it's so frustrating, man. It's so frustrating to be a Jets fan here. Like last year, I was doing the same thing. I was, we'll just pull it together, until we play the Falcons because I'm going to London and it's week 5. I'm not asking for much. I'm not asking for, week 14 to be like week 6. Can we make it to week 6 for the Jets at Green Bay? Like, let's just make it to week 6. Like, we're going to be on our 9th left tackle, our 11th linebacker, and everyone's going to be like, bro, don't worry. You don't know what you're talking about. The linebackers, we love them. Our safeties, love them. Like, Lamarcus Joyner came out and said, this thing is over, but he literally said, oh, I was going to retire, but no, I'm good. I came back to play for the Jets. And everyone's like, yeah. What are they talking about, bro? Like, go ahead. If you're thinking about retiring, dude, enjoy. Like, we know why. We got you. We'll find someone else, bro.
You thought John was done. You thought John was done.
Get me out of here. I'm so done with the Jets, bro. I'm done.
You thought John was done, but he's not done.
We cannot lose to Mitch Trubisky. We cannot.
Also, if you listen to this podcast on audio, we're available on all audio listening platforms.
1-5 going into Green Bay? No way. I can't. No, I can't. I can't do that. I can't.
We're available on all audio listening platforms. We're on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Alexa, Stitch, you name it. We are there. If you listen to us on Apple or Spotify, please make sure to give us that 5-star rating. And if you listen to us on Apple, please make sure to leave a review or comment. We also got another podcast, especially if you're all over on that YouTube channel. That's also partnered with Minute Media. It's Winning Picks Weekly. John, video producer Greg, and our guy and co-host Chip Murphy. These guys go through every single sport possible and give you their takes on which game to bet on. So if you have put money down on the line, these guys got you.
Not the Jets. Real NFL football. It's great. It's a great time over there.
Also,
about everything.
Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. We are there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for another Jets episode of the Nick Jets, etc. podcast. Sorry, it's just funny listening to John getting his last word.
I hate them, bro. I hate them so much. 1-4 going into Green Bay. I'm gonna have a real problem. I'm gonna be in a crisis mode. I can't have it. And today
crisis mode.
3
years. 3 years.
I saw it very vividly.
3 years covering this team. This is what happens to you. Look at it. John lost all of his hair within the last 3 years.
This is not the 3 years, man. This is a lifetime of New York Jets, New York Knicks, and honestly, New York Yankees. I'll be honest.
Say it, John. Say it.
No.
Say it, John.
All right, thank you, everyone. We'll catch you later this week.
Everybody's catching it, bro. Everyone.